And it's funny. Usually when I stream, we stream from here. Usually when and I don't drop any frames. And then I stream from the hotel, and that wasn't good. It was dropping. And then when I came back to streaming here, it was different, dropping frame. And I got a text from Pharrell, and he's like, "Can you go back to the hotel?" And I was like, "Why? Do you know why?"
No.
So I could drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. That's why. Yay! 0 frames. See, look, drop frame 0%. Yeah, and so forth. Mainly and so forth. It's date night tonight, but we have the kids. So it'll be date night with the kids. Hooray! And then, so we're going to eat later. So we're doing a stream now, which unfortunately is European friendly. Boo! And we're going to look at the World Cup because Karen analyzed those games in full and she wanted to take over the stream and explain. Right, sweetie?
I wish that I could.
Yeah. There's literally nobody here because it hasn't, Twitch hasn't said I'm streaming yet.
Well, we can just hang out for a minute. I'm going to check my phone.
Should have left your phone at home.
Messages.
Who sings that song? You should have left your phone at home because this is a disaster.
I don't know.
Really? It's the 2 most famous people in the world. That should help. Lady Gaga and Beyonce.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not a Gaga fan, as we've discussed previously.
But you're a Beyonce fan.
Not a big one, no. I just like her all right.
Who do you like more?
Beyonce.
Incorrect.
So I like more.
No, you still like Lady Gaga more.
I mean, I don't like either one of them, but if I got to pick one.
Come on, Lady Gaga is the greatest actress ever. She made that other guy sound good.
Yeah, that sounded pretty good.
What was that guy's name?
Hey, Chico Burger.
Who's that actor's name?
Yeah, what is his name?
Exactly.
Darn.
You're a woman. You're supposed to know his name.
Yeah.
Losing your woman card.
Bradley Cooper, thank you.
Duda? Yeah. I finally figured out one of the reasons I confused Duda and Rapport. I thought it was because they have a very similar age and a very similar rating, which is true. The other is they're both very tall and thin, and they're not Russian. So, I'm expecting, some kind of former Soviet Union to be the best player in the world, not these guys. Now, I texted Spencer today, and I said, I guess the Duda Rapport controversy is over as to who's better, because it's my controversy that nobody else knows about it. And then I saw a tweet from 2700chess.com, and it said, here's the new top 20 list live. And Rapport's still higher rated. Rapport's higher rated than Duda. So
I'm surprised by that.
Also, MVL's really low rated. MVL's 17th in the world.
Oh, no.
I thought he was like 3rd.
I thought it was
God damn.
He's really fallen. Hey, me Pex, thank you for that sub.
Yay, me Pex.
How's it going?
Yeah, Duda's good. Yeah, Duda obviously played the best in the tournament. De Niro's the best actor ever? I disagree. Yeah, he's top 25. But I wouldn't even put him in the top 10. Night subscribed at tier 1. Yeah. By the way, he was really good in Godfather 2. He's really good. Yeah. But, I don't know, the last 10 years is suspicious. Yeah.
James Brolin?
Yeah, he was good in Goodfellas. He was better in Casino. And so forth.
He's good, but
yeah, I did see all that stuff you guys are talking about. Yeah. Night subscribed. Dobragab gifted a sub. Hooray. Yeah. Top 5 actors. I resign. I got to put like 30 people in there. I used to ask my mom and dad these questions, and they always squeezed in about 100 people in their top 10 lists of everything.
Yeah.
Top 10 movies ever, they put about 100 movies in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top 5 actors, I don't know. I mean, Karen's sitting next to me, so I have to say Jimmy Stewart, right?
I like Jimmy Stewart, but I like De Niro better than Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. And then
But,
I like Gene Hackman more than anybody likes Gene Hackman. Most people think Gene Hackman is like between 15 and 30th best actor ever, but I think he's like top 5. I like Gene Hackman a lot. More than anybody. Yeah. Gene Hackman's underrated. Jack Nicholson's pretty good, and then some. He's been good in a lot of stuff. So he's up there. Let's see. Claude Rains probably is up there. Then, let's see, Chris Farley. Oh, wait, that was a joke. Did you like that? Chris Farley. I thought they meant the heaviest actors. I was getting confused.
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio's funny.
That's what they're saying.
I know. That's stupid people. Yay, 10,001 sentences. Thanks for the palindromic, Yay, Mepex21. Thank you. Whoever you think is the best actor ever, they win. Ketamine won. No, but seriously, DiCaprio is easily one of the top 500 actors of all time. He is, for sure.
I know. Hey, Philip Seymour Hoffman was pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him in the top 5.
No, I'm not.
Hanks, I wouldn't put in the top 500.
Yeah, Hanks, I'm not. Is good.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis. I forgot his name.
Yeah, he's
I forgot his name.
Daniel Day-Lewis. I think he might be top 5, actually.
Daniel Day-Lewis is good. Yeah.
I would put him there.
Catherine Keener. I thought they meant men, but if they mean men and women, I wouldn't put her in the top 500. Lee Chess Blitz. Thanks, Lawful Waffle. Willem. It's not William. It's Willem Dafoe. His name's not William. It's Willem. Willem Dafoe is definitely top 100, possibly top 50. He's an underrated actor. It's true. It's true. Pete Postlethwaite was a great actor. R.I.P. He's underrated. Gary Oldman's top 50.
Sean Penn's pretty good.
Yeah. Sam Jackson top 10. No. Kate Winslet. Yeah, harsh. What is this? Top actor is most likely to rape you? What is this? Kevin Spacey. Dustin Hoffman's good. Top 50.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, she was very good in Being John Malkovich. I agree. And she was also good in Seinfeld. She was his girlfriend in Seinfeld, the painter. Christoph Waltz is top 100. Uma Thurman I wouldn't put in the top 100. Gene Wilder's top 100. Gene Wilder might be top 50. Gene Wilder's a really good actor. Yeah, Gene Wilder's top 50. I mean, he's great. Gene Wilder's great. The greatest movie star ever was Humphrey Bogart, but if we're just talking acting skill, he's top 100, but some people are movie stars. They're not great actors. They're just famous and make $20 million a movie. They look good or they're tall or they have a deep voice.
Yeah, we already said Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah. Daniel Craig. Are you kidding? Jesus Christ. I'm better than Daniel Craig. Christopher Lee's great. Agreed. Yeah, Al Pacino. Agreed. Peter Sellers is top 10. Yeah, Peter Sellers. Yeah. Now, here's a movie, if you didn't see, we're going to stop the stream. We're going to go see it now. Ready?
Okay.
Being There. With Peter Sellers.
I don't think I saw it.
Yeah, we'll have to see that. I mean, I've seen it like 5 times.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Somebody back me up about Being There. Somebody back me up. Yeah, I love Being There. Being There was great with all caps. Yeah, see, I'm not as wrong as I usually am.
No, I mean, it has a good reputation.
Frances McDormand is top 100.
Yeah.
Christian Bale is top 30.
I thought we were only doing men.
No, you can do both.
Oh, well, obviously Meryl Streep. Come on.
Meryl Streep, yeah. Betty Davis. Ingrid Bergman. Yeah. Etc. Mainly etc. Anthony Hopkins is top 30. Easily. Let me tell you the best acting Christian Bale did. Okay, only I know, because you guys, I don't know what you guys are doing all day. There's a movie which Karen probably didn't see. Well, I'm already rolling my eyes if you didn't see it. The Fighter. Okay.
Is that the Rourke? No, that was the wrestler.
That's the wrestler.
No, I don't think I saw the Fighter.
Yeah, you got you'll like The Fighter even more than being there. Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I recognized the talent that the mom had when I was watching the movie, and she won an Academy Award for that. Then she's the one on Louie. That went on in the car, and then it's your turn. No.
Oh yeah.
That's her.
I love that scene.
Right, and that's her. And she was also in Flight. At the end of the movie.
Michelle.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, she was questioning Denzel Washington. He confessed to everything. Yeah, she's the greatest, whatever her name is.
Her. Something Michelle.
How about that?
Somebody.
Hey, what's her name?
Help us out.
Jake Gyllenhaal. What's wrong with these people? This is how Trump gets elected.
Oh, Melissa.
Melissa Leo.
Oh,
Melissa Leo's
great.
Sound, right? She's great.
Right,
Okay, now in The Fighter, I understand Melissa Leo's great, and we're done talking about that. Now we're going to talk about Christian Bale. Christian Bale has like a Boston accent in the Fighter. He ain't from Boston. He ain't from America. So that was really good. Conversely,
where is he from? He's Welsh. Right?
Welsh, I think, yeah. Conversely, here's a movie I want you to see, not because it's good, although it's okay. There's a movie that I forget the name of it. You guys always tell me when I forget. You guys like spam the chat. There's a movie where Matt Damon is a senator, and then he's going to run for president, and he's from like the Bronx or Queens or Brooklyn, and there's these secret people who can go through everything. There's like a secret, they have special powers. The movie's dumb, but okay. Adjustment Bureau. Okay. Here's why you have to see Adjustment Bureau. Ready? Matt Damon says, I'm from New York, and I was born in New York, and New York this and that, and the whole movie Boston accent. I mean, he didn't change his voice at all. He just spoke like he always does. What? But then Christian Bale is from Boston if you see The Fighter. Christian Bale is unbelievably good in The Fighter. I've never been so mad that somebody could be that good. Yeah. He's the American Sean Connery. I have seen Memento. Yeah. DiCaprio, he's top 500.
Yeah, I think he's a decent actor. I'm just not as huge of a DiCaprio fan as myself.
Yeah, I said Jack Nicholson. Right. Do I remember seeing Memento? Only backwards. We already said Daniel Day-Lewis. Best director goes to Marty, then Kubrick. Karen doesn't like Kubrick. Kate Blanchett's good.
Yeah, I like
Audrey Hepburn's super overrated, and
I agree with
she's
that.
not even close to the best Hepburn. Not even close.
I think her acting is overrated, but she has
Right. Katharine Hepburn is one of the
charisma.
is probably top 20 of men and women total. She's top 20. Katharine Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn had a lot of on-screen charisma.
Ian McShane was good in Deadwood. That's right. Eyes Wide Shut is the best movie ever. Unfortunately, due to things that are not in my control, I've seen Eyes Wide Shut several times. And my favorite actor in Eyes Wide Shut is Radesh Sharbagia. Isn't he your favorite?
No, and I've heard that movie was crap. But
Right, that movie's not good, right?
Yeah.
But Radesh Sharbagia is always good. Always. He's always good. In every movie he's in, he's good. I can't pronounce his name, so maybe he should be a chess player. But he's great. Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix belongs in the top 5? Yay, we got a raid from Hikaru,
Yay.
as per usual. Thanks, Hikaru.
Hikaru raid.
Hikaru, I saw Sunil, we walked by each other a couple times at the U.S. Open. Yeah.
I saw him.
He was
from
playing.
afar.
Yeah. Eyes Wide Shut is my favorite Kubrick movie. God damn. Yay, go Hikaru, but stay there.
Wait, who said that?
What?
Oh, David.
By the way, John C. Reilly, I can talk for hours about this. I think it's Maria
that
who
raid
raided.
was from GM Canty.
That raid was from GM Canty.
Was he?
It says GM Hikaru right there.
Maybe he was on Hikaru's
I don't know.
stream for some reason.
Yeah.
Possible.
Thanks for whoever raided me.
Raided,
possibly Hikaru.
Oh, Canty was hosting.
Okay. Michael Douglas is not, he's not top 10 or 20, but he's good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
You're naming like good actors. They're like, B+.
Well, cool.
What was I going to say? Yeah, Pete Postlethwaite's great. He played Kobayashi in A Few Good Men? Is that what it's called? No, it's not called A Few Good Men. It's called The Usual Suspects. Naden OVN subscribed. Yeah. Denzel Washington's top 100.
Oh, yeah, DeVito.
Danny DeVito's top 100. When I was coming back from the airport to here yesterday, I was talking to my driver a lot. We talked about a lot of stuff. And for some reason, we were talking about actors. And he looked like he was in his, he's 22, 23 years old. And we were talking about Denzel Washington. And I told him the first movie that he made. I think it's the first one he made. He was like 20 or 19. Carbon Copy. And I explained the movie to him. And he says, I got to go see that. So Carbon Copy has George Segal, who was famous at the time, R.I.P. And Denzel Washington was an unknown person. And he played his son. And he didn't know that was his son. And then, it's a very long, complicated story. And you learn a lot about yourself in the movie. Yeah. And don't forget it. Viola Davis is good. Val Kilmer is good. Jeff Bridges is good. Rudy Giuliani pretending he's a lawyer is good. Yeah. You love Jim Carrey. You should learn how to spell his name then. Yeah, De Niro's all right. Karen could be a Bond villain girl. Ooh, I agree.
And you'd be featured in the movie.
Yeah. Steve Davis. Marlon Brando's very good. Yeah. No, Pacino's not the best. Pacino overacts. Pacino used to be a great actor. The last 10 years, he just overacts. You got to calm down.
I haven't really seen Tim Robbins.
Michael Caine's, acceptable. Ed Norton's very good. Hikaru's good. Yeah. Yeah. Christopher Reeves, he's a C-, I guess. John Malkovich is good. Heath Ledger was great. Heath Ledger was underrated. Yeah. Robert Duvall's great, but Karen's not a big fan like I am. Bryan Cranston's great.
I like Robert Duvall.
Not like me. Not like I like him.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, Zach Galifianakis is good. I agree. Karen did not like Pig. She's going to get mad at you, waffle. Nicolas Cage was really good in Get, but he was.
His acting.
See, here's the problem with Nicolas Cage.
The storyline was ridiculous.
95% of the time, he's overacting. Mm-hmm. When he's not overacting, then he's good. Mm-hmm. And in Pig, he did not overact.
It's very understated performance.
Yeah, that's how you act.
The movie was
That's terrible. The only reason anybody likes Clint Eastwood. It always seems like he's asleep. He's like, I'm going to get you, but I'm going to take a nap first. Then I'm going to get you. Even when Clint Eastwood is beating people up and killing them, he seems sort of bored. He's like, all right, shot you. Tired. Mm-hmm. Anne Hathaway's, a C+. You know who's a good actor and is underrated is DiCaprio's co-star in The Revenant. Tom Hardy? Tom Hardy's a good actor. Christopher Walken's, he's great. William H. Macy's good. Bill Macy was okay too. Yeah. Tim Curry was great in one movie. Yeah. Henry Fonda's top 100 easily. Ben Affleck, Steven Seagal, and Jake Gyllenhaal. Man, bottom of the barrel over here. Damn. Alan Arkin won Best Supporting for Little Miss Sunshine. And what's funny is his son Adam Arkin was in Pig. Anyway, because Alan Arkin, I think, is dead, so he had a good excuse for it. Anyway, when he won, that was the year that it was the lock of the century that Eddie Murphy would win for Dreamgirls or something. I don't know. I didn't see it. And he won everything. He won like the Emmy and the Golden Globe and, the screenwriters get whatever. Then in the Academy Award, they said, and the winner is, Alan Arkin. For Little Miss Sunshine, Eddie Murphy stood up and left. Frankly, ridiculous. Now The Rock, Emily Blunt, top 10? Who are these people? God damn. Yeah, Karen has an Ohio accent. Peter O'Toole was good. Yeah. Brendan Fraser? Who's the better actor, me or Brendan Fraser? It's obviously me. Brendan Fraser?
Didn't he get
God damn.
nominated for some other role?
For worst movie?
I think he got nominated for an Academy Award, if I'm not mistaken.
Matthew McConaughey actually won an Academy Award. Dallas Buyers Club, which I didn't see. He won Best Actor or Supporting. I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Adam Sandler, top 20 easily. Not ironic. Should I ban him? Probably.
No.
Should he see somebody? Should he be put in an institution until he's better? Wow.
A million people said DiCaprio to Bishops of Hotels.
Yeah, DiCaprio's all right.
Hey, there's more than one two Bishops of Hotels running around.
Colin Farrell? I can't tell if people are kidding. Ed Norton and Steve Buscemi are great. Donald Sutherland's great too. Yeah.
That one spells it V-U-T.
Yeah. Jeff Daniels is like a B-.
I thought you were the impossible. Thank you for owning up to it.
Ray Liotta's like a C+.
Maybe I'll call you Vut.
God. Joe Pesci actually can act. Yeah. Gary Oldman, top 20? That's acceptable.
Hey, let's do some checks.
Oh, yeah. There's a name that should have been, and I forgot, Walter Matthau. Walter Matthau was great. If you want to see how good Walter Matthau is, I'm going to tell you how to do it. Then we'll do the chess. I'm going to tell you exactly how to see how great he was. If you follow these instructions, go watch the Bad News Bears, the original one, I think 76. I saw it in the theater. I think I was 6. Watch that. Then watch the remake.
Well, but can I also add a caveat? The original might be a little bit offensive.
But I'm just look at Walter Matthau's acting, and then watch anybody else's acting in the new Bad News.
They use offensive language.
No, that's true. But that's every movie.
Very dated.
They don't care because they're like 20. They don't
Same.
Care. Yeah, they don't care.
We're not endorsing that. However, it is worth watching.
By the way, Walter Matthau. I don't know if anybody knew this. Probably like 5% of the chat knows this. You probably don't. Homer Simpson's voice originally was supposed to mimic Walter Matthau. And they actually changed Homer's voice. It's a lot different than the first year. Yeah, he was supposed to be Walter Matthau. That was the voice they wanted.
Yeah.
Ezra's monkey. Are you better than Ezra? I have seen Red Dragon with Anthony Hopkins, although Anthony Hopkins wasn't in Red Dragon.
Ben, why do you keep wincing? I didn't notice you winced.
Woody Allen? He's okay. Yeah. Negreanu is streaming. I thought it said Negreanu is steaming, which I'm sure is also true. I knew that he was streaming. Kirk Douglas was great. Yeah. Better than Ezra. Yeah.
Hey, did I make that up about Brendan Fraser? I thought he got nominated.
For an Academy Award?
I thought he did.
Hope not.
I thought he did.
I'm going to call somebody about that.
But I don't remember now what movie.
Hey, Rufus.
Maybe I made that up.
Donald Trump in Home Alone. Yeah. Oh, did he? Maybe. I saw Red Dragon. That was good. Yeah.
Where are you reading?
It's down here somewhere.
Oh.
Jamie Lee Curtis is a C+, B-. All right.
Hey, GM Scar.
Oh, John Hurt was good. One of the things I discussed a lot in my life, to everybody's chagrin, right? Probably caused my first 2 divorces, was rank the following 3 actors: John Hurt, William Hurt, and John Hurd. Also, you have to know who they are. John Hurt is the tall American actor who always plays like somebody important, like president or CIA chief. And then John Hurt, with a T, is the British guy who always seems like he's gay. Probably he's gay. I think they're all dead now. But and then John Hurd is like a slightly overweight, gruff kind of guy, and he was in Sopranos. He was a crooked cop. He didn't end up too well. He was always asking Tony for money because he gave him the information. One of the information he gave him, Tony got really mad. And Tony was going to kill him. He's like, I'm just telling you what's going on. You can't, like, I'm sorry. He told him that, Pussy was a bad guy. That Pussy was tricking him. He didn't want to hear that. Yeah. Oh, you never saw the show?
No.
That's one of the
That's the name?
That's his name. Well, that's not his real name. That's his mafia name. Yeah. Paris, Texas. Didn't that have Robert Duvall? I didn't see it, but yeah. John Hurt was in The Elephant. Yeah, or The Elephant Man, whichever is funnier. Forrest Whitaker's great. We forgot about him. Yeah, Forrest Whitaker's great. Mm-hmm. Now, this will be the last thing for sure. Forrest Whitaker has a very small role in the movie. He's in the movie for 1 minute. And you can see what a great actor he is. Okay, now obviously he's won Academy Award for Best Actor. Okay, but in The Color of Money, which, by the way, not only has Paul Newman and Tom Cruise, it also has, who's the guy who's really good at acting? The Italian guy. His brother's also an actor. John Turturro. Okay. Also has John Turturro. Forrest Whitaker's in that movie, but you didn't know that. There's a scene where Paul Newman's hustling pool. He's back, and he's, going to play pool again. And Forrest Whitaker walks in, and Forrest Whitaker's overweight, because he is, and he has the funny eye. Either it's a fake eye. I don't know what's going on with his eyes. But, okay. And he hustles Paul Newman. And while he's playing Paul Newman, he's acting like a total dope. He's like, my mom kicked me out because it was really funny. And then his eyes are always moving weird, and he's always like confused, and like his head hurts, but he's just making all that up so he can hustle him. And then at the very end, Paul Newman says, are you hustling me? And he says, what? You want to quit? Like in a normal, and he says, and then Forrest Whitaker takes his money, and when he leaves, he looks back, he says, now tell me something, and I want you to be honest. Do you think I need to lose a little weight? And then he laughed and walked away. Oh, man. Forrest Whitaker's so good. Yeah. Hopefully you've seen that scene. La Dolce Vita. For $1 trillion, Karen. Who's that about?
I know it's a Fellini film. Mm-hmm. So no, and I haven't seen it.
It's the only one my mom likes.
But
who's my mom like? More than anybody.
Let me see. I saw it a really long time ago.
Yeah, who's my mom like? My mom likes 2 people. That's it.
Oh.
She hates everybody else.
Maria Callas?
Maria Callas. And who's the other person my mom likes?
Chopin.
Frederick Chopin. That's it.
I saw it 9 years ago.
All right. So what I wanted to do today was look at the games from today and yesterday's World Cup. We'll start with the Magnus match, then we'll go to the Duda match with Karjakin. Magnus played better this match, these 2 games, than anybody's ever played ever. These are like the 2 best games Magnus has played, and Fedoseev must have thought he was me, because, it was embarrassing. And in the tournament, Duda obviously played the best in the tournament, like throughout the tournament. And he beat, I don't really want to say Vidit, but I'll say Vidit anyway. He beat Grishuk, Vidit, Carlsen, and Karjakin in a row without losing a game. Frankly, ridiculous. What is he, Wesley So? Yeah. Michael Fassbender's okay. He's a B. Yeah, Fedoseev was laughing after the games. He was like, man, getting crushed over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wasn't even upset. He's just like, yeah, oh, well. Yeah, he knows what's, game recognizes game, obviously. You say that a lot.
What?
Game recognizes game.
What does that mean?
It's something the sports people say. So, you're LeBron and you're watching The Greek Freak, and LeBron's like, damn, that guy's pretty good. Because, he's good and that guy's good. So, yeah.
How did he do that?
You know what the problem is with game? Man, this is one of my favorite jokes ever, and people are going to leave now because they're not going to like it. You know what game doesn't recognize?
I'm scared to ask.
Oh, man. I'm scared to say it. Do you know what it is? You know what it is?
I don't know.
It doesn't recognize when a helicopter is going down.
I knew it was going to.
That's what it doesn't recognize. JAA928 subscribed. Good. Yeah. It was Duda's day. That's correct. Oh, snap. Steve Carell. God damn. Kobe. Now I'm leaving. Yeah. Too early.
Too soon.
So the famous joke, which may not be a joke, is, I think it actually happened. A guy offered his grandmaster opponent a draw, like I moved 7. And the guy said, too early. Then he offered, like I moved 15, and the grandmaster said, too late. Okay, so Fedoseev's white. Now, when I prepared for Matros, Alexander Matros, he plays the King's Indian usually, so I was looking at h4 to get him out of his prep, and then Fedoseev played h4. I played b3 on move 1 because there was some Russian hockey player I never heard of. I don't know who it was. And he came up to our board, and the USCF official said that he had to make the first move, and he played b3, and that's what I played against Matros. It was weird.
I don't know what that means.
It's a complicated joke based on somebody who asked something in the beginning.
No, I was talking about the chat that I was reading.
Oh. Anybody? Does anybody get that? No? Nothing? Anyone? No? Ugh. You're all the worst. Viggo Mortensen's underrated. You know who else I like that's underrated is Vincent Cassell. That's your favorite, right?
I don't know who he is.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great. Okay. As somebody pointed out today, there was a famous Russian hockey player, but he doesn't play in the NHL. He plays on some Russian team. And he makes the first move, and he wanted to play b3 because Karjakin was black, and he was rooting for Karjakin. So he wanted Duda to play b3 on move 1. So he thought if he played it, that would count.
Oh, okay.
The ceremonial first move.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. So, yeah.
He thought it was a real first move.
I don't know. He's a Russian hockey player. Probably got hit in the head with a puck a lot. Okay. Back to actors. Big money, no whammy. Stop.
Hey, Paul, drink water.
$99.99. Thanks, JAA928. That's 2 cents less than Mepex gave.
Oh, thank you. That was a big donation.
That's correct.
I didn't.
Helena Bonham Carter. Yeah, she's a B-. She's all right.
I'm trying to think what I've seen her in.
She's in every Tim Burton movie because they're married.
Oh, they're not together anymore.
They were married and not together anyway. They lived in separate apartments when they were married.
Yeah.
They're weirdos.
I think she was in that movie.
She was in
Room with a View.
I'll tell you what she was in.
I liked her in that.
Well, I'll tell you what she was in. Fight Club.
Mm-hmm.
I never told you that before. You know why, right?
Mm-mm.
We'll talk about Fight Club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ophelia. I saw that.
Which actor was great in Fight Club, confusing the audience? Because you didn't think he was a great actor, but you were wrong. Let's see who gets it. That's right, Meatloaf. Meatloaf was in Fight... Did you see Fight Club?
Yeah.
Oh, Meatloaf's in Fight Club. He played Bitch Tits. That's who he played.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great. We knew Brad Pitt was a good actor. Meatloaf we did not know. Yeah, Meatloaf was also in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He played Eddie. He sang a song on a motorcycle. Then Tim Curry killed him. So that was the end of that.
But what about the chess?
Yeah. Also, Brad Pitt was great in 12 Monkeys. And he was great in Snatch. Nobody knows which movie he was greater in. Nobody can figure it out. So H4 is suspicious, but that's how Fedoseev plays. According to the Gawking Rabble, Magnus thought forever here. Like many, many minutes. Like 17 or something. All right. And he played, normal chess. So he's hoping that Fedoseev overextends, and Fedoseev likes to overextend. Put it in H. Yeah, this is just a bad opening for White.
So why did he go H4 if he wasn't going to keep running it on?
Now you're talking. Right.
So I thought he would go H5.
Yeah, playing H4 then doing nothing about it is silly.
I didn't really. Okay.
2 cents. 2 cents. $5. Small ball donation strategy. That's right. Yeah. See, when you put small players in basketball, they're faster, and they shoot better 3-pointers. They pass better. When you put in really tall people, they block shots, they get rebounds, they can dunk, and they're good on the inside. So, I don't know. Nobody knows. Yeah.
All right. I was just wondering.
What you have to do is play small ball and then have Rudy Gobert as your center. God damn. Okay. No, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing. Yeah, finally it was clear after here he's going to play H5. And then he says, all right, no, you're not. So the problem with White's position is this is usually weird because it can get kicked. But now you can't kick it, okay, because the Beastie Boys already did it. Kick it. I've concluded something today that very, 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 very few people will agree with. By very few, I'm going to say 0. Of the billions of people in the world, I'm the only one who holds this opinion. Ready? License to Ill is the best album ever. By the Beastie Boys. That's my conclusion. All right. So in this position, if you try to kick it and the knight goes to G4, 51.99. Thanks, Chess K Ham 8. Hooray! Normally, this pawn's here because people don't play H4 on move 3, right? So if you play F4 and the guy plays knight G4, you can kick the knight with H3, kicking the knight.
Okay. Yeah.
But now that's on H4, if you play F4, I park here forever. It's a good parking space. So White can't play F4, and White can't play G4, and White can't move these pawns. So basically, if White was Indian, he could do Vishwanathan. Big money, no whammy, stop. 1184. Chess Karas, like the Grandmaster Karas. Yeah. Yeah, License to Ill is genius. That album changed music forever. Right, sweetie?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, you agree with me that I'm the only one who thinks that. Right. Okay. Bishop F4. I'm a rebel. White's play doesn't make a lot of sense. See, in the King's Indian, when you have White, normally at some point you're trying to do this, and Black's trying to do this. And here, White's not doing this and can't, and Black is already dominating the King's side. And this pawn's on H4, so I don't know how White's going to castle King's side, and therefore White did not castle King's side. And White doesn't want to castle Queen's side, so I don't know, White resigns? I don't know. See, White played H4, and then White played normally like he didn't play H4. Like, if he didn't play H4, this is completely reasonable for White. White can castle King's side, White can stop Bishop G4 and Knight G4 with H3, and here, G4 is given away, and H4 is terrible if you castle King's side. King's no good. So, very bad position. Then he played GF because that's what Karen would do. Not only would Karen play GF, okay, you would consider it. I wouldn't even consider that. I would just take with the bishop without thinking. I would never consider GF. The most famous GF, for no reason, was played by Tal against Botvinnik. And he said, I know this move is bad, but, it'll confuse Tal. Now, if I remember correctly, and it was many years before I was born, so I probably don't. That may have been what happened. I think it is. This is Tal Botvinnik World Chess Championship. And Tal's like, well, that's no good, but, so what? He says, I'm the world champion. I can do whatever I want. Okay, so that reminded me of this because that's just silly. Okay, c6. Attacking the center. The queen can get out. I mean, this king has nowhere to go. The engine says white's fine, but that's because the engine plays perfect for white and draws. But if you're a human, you just take black and you try to win, and white has no plan. What's white going to do? Move this pawn? No. Move, no. Look, activate the bishop? No. Nothing. This bishop's great. This pawn's isolated. These are doubled. My queen has a lot of squares. I can attack the center, and white's king has nowhere safe to go. So it's terrible for white. King h7, stopping bishop h6. Now he moves the knight away, so his bishop's good. His knight has good squares. And now finally f5. That's a good rook, right? There's a lot on that f file. Rook a3. I don't know what Fedoseev's doing. What's his plan? What's that all about? Knight e5. Good, good. Kasparov, when he was good, would dream about having black in this position from a King's India or Benoni. Okay. And Magnus played f4 because Magnus knows something that only my viewers know. So that means Magnus must watch my stream. You know what Magnus knows that only my viewers know? And he did it in this position. Yep.
No, I don't know.
Always sack the exchange. Yeah. And this is as natural as a baby's smile. And then the baby bit me. Damn it. Okay. Now, for a grandmaster like me, it's obviously good for black. Okay? If you're a lower-rated player, you just look at your engine and you see what your engine says. Right? And the engine says white's fine here. White is not fine here. This knight's here forever. This is the greatest bishop ever. This is the worst bishop ever. This is the worst pawn structure ever. And these pieces don't make any sense. None of white's pieces make any sense where they are. Okay, this knight, I mean, everything black has is great. And the long-term compensation is the dark squares. I own the dark squares. Well, I mean, Magnus does, not me. Yeah. And what's funny is the queen can't retreat this way, and it can't go this way. So it has to go here, and it's stuck forever. And Magnus played the obvious move.
Obvious?
Yes. There's only one move that you can play here. If you don't play it, you're losing. This is a really good position for people under 2,000. Over 2,000, it's too easy. And the reason it's good is it's strategical, it's not tactical. Mm-hmm. The only puzzles you guys ever do is tactical. This is strategical. This is why you can't just sack the exchange willy-nilly unless you watch my stream. Then you can do it. All right, now I'm going to teach you the way Kaidanov taught me. Okay. What's white's next move? It's very clear what white has to do next move. Very clear. There's only one move.
So
if white makes this move, white's winning.
I'm sorry. So the last move was queen g3?
Yes.
You're saying if white could go again?
Yeah, he has a winning move.
Okay.
It's the most obvious move. It's not tactical.
You always say that, and then I don't
but it's
know
not
what
tactical.
it is.
It's not tactical. If only Spencer was here, he would talk about pawn breaks. It's not a pawn break, but close.
An obvious. I don't know.
Yeah, this is just all strategy. It has nothing to do with tactics.
All strategy. I don't know, maybe put the rook on the C file.
I mean, it's good to have the rook on the C file, but that doesn't help here.
But I don't see like the most immediate.
Yeah. The only move for white, most of the chat got it, is f4. After f4, white's winning because the knight has to get kicked out. The bishop on e2 is fine, and white's pawns can go forward. And he doesn't dominate the dark squares anymore. This pawn like thwarts the bishop. If white never plays f4, this queen is trapped for the rest of the game. This rook's trapped for the rest of the game. My bishop has this diagonal for the rest of the game. My knight could go here later for the rest of the game. And you can't move anything. You're completely lost if you don't play f4. If you do play f4, black's completely lost. Because the knight's kicked out. And then white's pawns actually make sense. Okay, so how do you stop f4? There's only one way to do it.
Let's see. Oh, that seems... I don't want to stop it. I guess queen f8.
That's the only move.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I'm guessing that Magnus played this in less than 5 seconds. That's my guess. Yeah. Now, the engine likes white, and the engine's wrong. Okay, usually the engine's not wrong. The engine's really good at tactics. And the thing is, the engine doesn't know that white can't move for 30 moves. I know that. Other grandmasters know it. The engine says white's up an exchange and a pawn, and black can't win tactically. So eventually white will escape and be fine. But it shows you how much compensation black has when the engine says white's slightly better when white's up an exchange and a pawn. It's like, all right, maybe this is and this bishop is terrible, this is terrible, this is terrible, this is terrible, this is terrible. And every black piece is just is amazing. All of them. I couldn't put black's pieces on better squares. I mean, Magnus could, but I can't. And when this move is played, your queen's, I've never been so mad. And this is why hacking the exchange is often correct, because this rook is useless as a Nevada boxing commissioner. And these bishops, 2 bishops, what else? Yeah. Now, it doesn't matter what the engine says. All grandmasters want black here, including Fedoseev. Okay, so he played knight e3, bishop f4. See, that's a good queen, except for one thing. The knight looks like it's on a good square, but it can't go here, it can't go here, it can't go here. If it goes here, then you don't have your knight anymore. Okay. Rook c8, that's the only piece Magnus didn't, Rook c3. Now he has pawn weaknesses. Okay, now this job is done. We did that, right? There's nobody over here. So queen c8. Yum, yum, trump, trump, trump. And then here, and here, and here. And you see this? That's unassailable, like my character. Kobe, right? Okay. 32 fat subscribed. Isn't that like that's some kind of computer thing, right? 32 fat? That's like some kind of filing system?
Yeah, I don't know much about it though.
Chess Kham 8 gifted 10 subs.
Yay.
Wait. Oh, they gifted a total of 20, 10 subs. Yeah. Etc. Go 32 fat.
Yay.
Yeah. You know who likes 32 fat?
No.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Okay.
Because he's fat. He's fat. You know it. Would I sit around the house? I really sit around the house because I'm fat. I'm fat. One of the lines is, I have more chins than Chinatown. Yeah. If you thought, the Bad News Bears was going to be fat 32 better than fat 16.
I'm hungry.
No. We're going to whatever, Cheesecake Factory. Yeah. That's a lot of chins. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is what's funny about this. You ready to be funny? The engine says it's equal. What would Donald Trump say to that engine evaluation? Wrong. Yeah. Right. If you showed this to the best grandmasters in the world and they would be on the floor laughing. Right. White can't move. Nothing. White has no plan. This is the worst position in chess history. You can't move anything ever. I'm not saying you can't move anything now. I'm saying you could never move anything. Like in 20 moves, you can't move anything. I never heard of such a thing. You can't do anything. Okay. He played c4. That's the engine move. Right. b5, because Magnus is good. You can't take this way because you got to watch your step over here. So he took en passant. Yeah. Now, this is even funnier than the last position. There's nothing you can move. Now, White tried to claim a draw here by stalemate, but you know what happened? This was really bad for Fedoseev.
No.
Is one of the FIDE officials was there, and it was Nigel. And he said, I'm sorry, if it's stalemate, you lose. Mm-hmm. Man, harsh. Yeah. Right. Miroslnichenko and Grishik said they were laughing at like what the engine was saying. Like it's White resigns. Yeah. Yeah, if a grandmaster has White here, he's embarrassed because he's getting outplayed so badly. He's like, oh my God, Yeah. Play on. Yeah, okay. Queen G1, there you go. See, now he's doing good.
It's pretty bad.
Okay. Queen A8, here I come, walking down the street. He gets the funniest looks from every vegan who doesn't eat meat, which is all of them. King F1, good, perfect. Okay, now in this position, the engine says this wins immediately. And Magnus did play it. And in this, see, that's good, right? Good. Well, see, rooks are better than minor pieces. Mm-hmm. So in this position, the engine says black is immediately winning by playing queen B. He didn't do this. He played queen A1. What Magnus did is funnier, though. So what Magnus did is better because it's funnier. The engine plays, his move wins too, plays this. You have to go here because there's no other move. And then B5. The problem is if you don't take that pawn, if you don't, right, then I can take this and queen it. Probably could queen it that way too. Because okay, but if you do take it, if you take it, and I take this, and probably what Magnus missed, I'm sure Magnus saw this, but he may have underestimated how good this is for black, because he's a rook down. But that's it. The game's over. You're threatening the queen. The queen can't move. The only square is G2. That doesn't get captured. And then queen takes knight as mate. So this is +9 for black. That would have ended the game right away. And if he doesn't take here, I do that. So that's already winning. But okay, he won a funnier way, so I agree with what Magnus did, because he should be funny a little. He zigzagged. Yeah, I like that. He wants to play king G2 and get out of there. But you can't play king G2 because your bishop's attacked. So he zigzagged over there. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. And then he looked at him at this point and said, how do you like your position, bitch? And I asked Magnus, because we text occasionally, I said, where did you learn that? And he said, Artemis. That's one of your favorite bitches, right? Artemis?
Yeah.
All right.
I love that.
Right.
That character.
Queen G2. Now White's doing well. King G7 is funny. It's just like, aha, you can't move. See that? Yeah. Now the attack comes, except it's defended. Yeah. Probably Magnus was just going to do this. Because, why not? White can't move. I've never seen anybody of this strength with White looking so helpless. You can't move. And this is why I say sack the exchange. If the rook's not active, it's not helping you. The minor pieces in the middle game always can get active. Just move them somewhere. The rooks are like, there's stuff in my way, right? Like if this was a knight, knight here, take the bishop, all right. This was a bishop h2, trade the bishops. It's a rook, so it just sits there crying. All right, now Fedoseev is a very active attacking player, so he's more upset than all of us are because he's a lot better than us too. So if somebody's like an active attacking player like Fedoseev, they really want to have black here, and he has white. That's why after the game he was laughing. It was like embarrassing. Like he wasn't even mad that he played bad. He's just like, damn, what world am I in? Okay, there you go. It's Queen H1. You missed that. Okay, E6. It doesn't matter what he does. He's trying to give his rook away. Magnus is like, whatever. Yeah, he literally doesn't care. Now, the reason he didn't play CD is very funny. You ready for the funny? Mm-hmm. Okay, here's why. Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
So he took this way. That way, he stopped him. Yeah. Now Magnus has more squares. Now this is seriously getting close to stalemates. I mean, black has to be careful here. Yeah. White isn't a GM. White's like top 25 in the world. Yeah. Yeah. Go Magnus. Okay. Rook G1. Now white's active. See? No, what Fedoseev is thinking here, because if I was playing white, this is what I would be thinking. He's thinking, like, what are people going to say about me and think about me, about this game? Like, is Grishuk never going to talk to me again because it's too embarrassing to be seen with him? Look at that queen.
Oh, the lighting is just going in and out.
Okay, so King F7, because that way Fedoseev has to move again.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. Rook G3. Then he decides, my knight's good here, my knight's good here. I don't know. He's like, please take my rook. And he's like, whatever. Finally, he can take it and win all of his pawns. Then he goes back, which is funny. Yeah. Now, what's funny is in this position, you could take the pawn, right? But he went here because, move. I double dare you. Yeah, and he resigned here. Man, the truth hurts. Crazy Viking subscribed. Good. I have a question. A serious question. Doesn't this say the exact same thing as that?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, Twitch is kind of glitchy.
Twitch is glitchy. Why isn't he resigning? He resigned here. Yes, very similar to Kasparov Ivanchuk. I thought it was 94. Was it 91? Probably was 91 and I forgot. Also, Ivanchuk was white. Yeah, he resigned here. Yeah, he just can't move. Mm-hmm. Now he's not even up material. It's funny how his king can't move because his bishop would be captured. And his bishop can't move because it'll be captured. And he was like doing this. Right. Oh. Yeah, now he's just going to lose all his pawns. And the guy's going to queen. And he'll get mated. Yeah. Now, probably the caps thing is going to be off here. I don't think the caps engine understands how good Magnus's position was. So it's not going to say he played 99.9 because it's going to think that white was doing fine that game. And it's wrong. So I don't trust caps at all here. If it doesn't say 99.9, it's wrong. I'm going to do the fast one because we don't have time for the slow one. Yeah. And also, I know you can't see half the board. I literally don't care. If you can't see the board, maybe you could donate or something. I don't know. Kamsky, Ivanchuk, Samish Nimzovich. The ultimate Zugzwang game. Yeah. That's Karen's favorite.
I gotta look something up.
What? Now, when Nimzovich played in the Southern Open, Karen, what was his most famous game? She's too busy looking at beefcake. She doesn't know what I'm talking about. It's Nimzovich, some bitch. Right. That's right. Fix the overlay. It is fixed. It's the way I want it. I'm just seeing what the game report is. I'm not looking at the board. The board doesn't matter. We're not doing anything on the board right now. All right. See, this is why this is wrong. It says Magnus played 98.6 and Fedoseev played 97.4. If you played 97.4, you wouldn't get beat like that. Yeah, it says Magnus made 2 mistakes. Incorrect. Terrible. Yeah. Etc. Magnus played Alpha Zero style. Magnus played better than the computer.
Yeah, so Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was a Screen Actors Guild Award.
He was voted most boring actor ever. And Gene Hackman is good.
Maybe I guess I didn't remember it right.
Robert De Niro was he was good in the 70s. Robert De Niro was really good in, what's the name of the movie? I've only seen it several times and talked about it more.
I didn't mean to get us back onto the actors.
The Deer Hunter. Deer Hunter. They did that.
Oh, okay.
Did you see Deer Hunter?
I saw it very, very long.
Not only is Robert De Niro really good in that movie, he's very good looking. He was very good looking in Godfather 2 also. And in that movie, Deer Hunter, what's her name? Meryl Streep can't decide whether she wants Robert De Niro or Christopher Walken. But since Christopher Walken doesn't come back, yeah. Christopher Walken used to be good looking, and then, the truth hurts. Mm-hmm. But he was good looking in the 70s. Then I forgot what happened. And then he wasn't. Yeah. Now, if you want to see Christopher Walken in a movie you didn't know he was in, it's either Annie Hall or Manhattan, because I confused them. We'll just say it's Annie Hall. Could have been Manhattan. There's a scene where they're eating at Diane Keaton's family's house, and Christopher Walken is Diane Keaton's brother in the movie, and he talks to Woody Allen, and he says, "Are you ever just driving at night and you see headlights on the other side of the road and you just want to drive into them?" And Woody Allen says, "Okay, I'm going to go back to the planet Earth now." And then later, the next scene is Christopher Walken driving at night with Woody Allen in the front seat, and Woody Allen's really scared. That's the next scene. He was a good Bond villain, that's correct. Yeah. Pam used to be good looking. Hooray. Hackman was great in every movie, but obviously French Connection. If you want to see Hackman in a movie you didn't know he was in, and he's in it for 1 minute, Young Frankenstein. Remember what he did in there? Did you see Young Frankenstein?
No. But I've seen clips. You've shown me different clips.
Gene Hackman plays the blind man in Young Frankenstein. And he keeps torturing Peter Boyle, Frankenstein monster. He doesn't know it's a monster because he's blind. So he's like, "Would you like some soup?" And he goes, "Mmm."
You've shown me.
And then he pours soup on him because he can't see. Then he says, "Here's some to drink," and he hits the glasses and his glass breaks. And then he lights his cigar, but he lights the finger instead, and the guy's mad. And then he runs out screaming, the monster, and he says, "Wait, come back. I was going to make espresso." Yeah, he's the blind guy. Frau Blucher. Yeah, we know Messi's leaving Barcelona. We knew that for like 2 hours. Come on. Hackman was in Unforgiven. You're supposed to hate his character, and he did a good job hating his character. Yeah, Peter Boyle's great. He's a great monster. Okay, next game. Now, the reason this is interesting is this is the same game. The same thing happens, right? And when I asked Zoidberg what he thought, he said as long as it's the same deviled egg, that's fine. On Futurama, they're emptying out the contents of his stomach because they're doing an alien autopsy. And they're like, one deviled egg, and they put it in a tin, and then he eats it again. Well, and then the guy says, the same deviled egg, because he kicks out of his stomach.
Yeah.
The same deviled egg. Yeah. Okay. So they play a Carol Con. Now, according to the Gawking Rabble, Magnus thought forever here. Now, Fedoseev plays c5, c6, and e5. But he plays c6 a lot. So Magnus didn't prepare because he's white and he already won the first game. He literally didn't care. I don't know. Okay, so he played the advanced variation. And then he played c4 because it's...
explosive.
Yeah. What's funny is in this position, every move is theory. You can't find a move that's not theory here. And this is one of them. Right. And then Magnus took his queen and Fedoseev resigned. So I don't understand queen d8. I guess if I play a3, you have to take the knight. Because the queen is going to be attacked otherwise. I guess he doesn't want to give up his dark squared bishop. I guess that makes sense. All right, now I understand it. I mean, basically nothing happens and white's winning. Like, white starts attacking and black's like, I wish I was as good as Magnus. Yeah. I mean, white's strategically winning already. Black has to go back to the opening. And like, Magnus doesn't really know what to do against the Karjakin necessarily. All Fedoseev does is play the Karjakin. And Magnus is like winning on move 10. He just like blows his opponent away. Black, look at that, king f8. You know, you've never been so mad. Yeah. There's a lot of great tactics in this game. See? It's the same game as the last one. Black can't move. Black doesn't move the whole game. Yeah. Bishop a2 is nice because that stops, you know, losing a tempo. The bishop is safe here. Here it's hanging. So that's great. Now, Karen, without looking at the engine stuff, why didn't Fedoseev go here, forking the knight and queen? C'est pas facile. C'est difficile. Oui? I really shouldn't speak French because it's a Karjakin.
I didn't. Okay.
To be fair, MVL gets destroyed by everybody in the Nightworth, which is funny.
Okay, so what am I missing? What tactic?
Looks good for black, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here's what you're missing.
Right.
See this bishop really far over here?
I was looking at
Okay,
that.
so the queen goes here, it's mate. You agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the queen can go to f4 or f3. You can't take the knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see? Somehow those guys saw that. So bishop takes. Queen there. Bishop goes back where it belongs. I mean, black just can't move. It's like the first game. Except white didn't sacrifice the exchange. Pause. Yet. By the way, Magnus sacks all of his pieces this game. I mean, and he could have won easier.
Exciting.
Yeah. Okay, bishop d2. Now watch. If you take this, then I go here. And this is very important that you think like that. Like, the king and queen are lined up, and the guy played c5 blocking the diagonal. So if he goes here, the diagonal's open. So bishop d2, because the guy doesn't want to do that. Okay, put it in f. Look at this. I've never been so angry. And the thing is, Fedoseev is a really active, attacking, crazy player. But Magnus just pushes him off the board. Okay. Bishop c3.
Have they played a whole lot
No.
in general?
No, they may have never played. Yeah. Okay, put it in f, right? This looks like when you're black and things aren't going well, right? You've had these kinds of positions in the French where the guy's all over you and you're like, damn it.
Yeah.
Right? But usually Fedoseev isn't in that situation. Okay, so he's like, whatever. I don't care if you win the exchange. So in this position, this looks like a big threat, right? And Magnus, literally doesn't care. Takes that. So if you take the rook, which is also possible, right? Just playing a boring move wins. Okay. And remember, he's sacking the exchange, right? And that's the rook black has. How is that helping black? However, the minor pieces for white, okay? Now that's minor pieces, right? That's good. And then my rook is actually doing something. The engine says white's +4 here. In fact, the engine sacrifices the exchange here. You can't play pawn takes because, so forth. Okay, so he plays knight f5. So Magnus is down a pawn. d5, god damn. So he's threatening this, you agree. And the bishop's defending this, and the pawn's defending the bishop. So, god damn. So you got to stop that. So he, okay. Then he stopped the pawn from moving. It's like the last game. Like, black could have played check, so Magnus is like, nope. You can't move. Okay, see, king G. This is like the last game. It's very similar. God damn. Okay, B3. Rook D7. Queen here. Okay, that's a blunder. The only move is bishop G4. Okay? And then after rook F4, his game's terrible. But he played here, and now Magnus sacks the exchange. Brilliant. And it's the same reason as the last game. Black can't move. Now, if I was black, okay, which I could be, because black's getting crushed. So I could have black here. I would play queen takes queen, which he did not play. That's what I would play, because if the queen's off, it's getting crushed over here. Bishop takes, pawn takes, and then the engine says like every move wins, but like white's just winning by even if it's not his move, because black has no counterplay. One of the moves is king here, so there's no discovered check. One of the moves is here, so there's no discovered check. One's here attacking the rook. The point is, if you have black, what do you do here? Like make 4 or 5 moves in a row. You can't play G6 because I go take, E6, eventually winning. 2 connected pass pawns. You can't play F6 for the same reason. You can't if you play King H7 to get your rook out. Here comes Bishop D3, and you gotta watch it. So just King H2 is good. Bishop here is good. Doesn't matter. That's what I would do if I was black. Because he didn't do it, Magnus sacked all his pieces. So that was good. Rook F1. Attacks the queen. The queen has to go there because there's nowhere to go. Man, this is the same as the other game. Black's up in exchange and he can't move. Ridiculous. A6, he moved. And Magnus played Rook F7, which is totally unnecessary. But the top players, they play whatever move they think is correct. Some top players don't do that because it's obviously winning for white. So if I was white, I probably wouldn't do that because I wouldn't, if I'm wrong, I'm losing a winning position. If I was white, I would think this is like this, B5 is coming, so I'd probably move my king to H2 or H1. That's probably what I would do. And white's winning, black can't move. But this is winning, and actually he didn't win the best way. He actually won the second best way. Okay, so here he made a really, 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 really bad move, Fedoseev. He took with the king, and he was not punished. Taking with the rook is correct. I mean, it's still losing, but yeah. Okay, then queen takes, threatening the rook. There's only one move that defends it. Queen F8. You can't play queen D7 because the rook's pinned. So I take it. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So queen F8's forced, obviously and frankly. Okay, now every move wins. This is the funniest move that wins. You must admit that's the funniest. The engine prefers this. I'd play the funniest move because it's funny. And once again, black is up a rook and an exchange. He has 2 rooks for a bishop. And he's dead lost because he can't move. You got to move in chess. Can't move. This is hanging. This is double pinned. Here comes E6. That can't move. What's going on here? If you play here, saving your bishop, the engine move, I go here. I mean, you can't move. Now you're threatening this because the queen's pinned. So, I don't know, resigns. Yeah. Okay, the engine resigns for black. All right. So he took with the king, and now he missed a much easier win than he played because it was more complicated. He played like the simple way. Okay, this is like plus 1,000, and he played like a plus 4 move. Okay, so bishop takes. There's 2 legal moves. They're both plus 20. It doesn't matter what he does. It transposes because if you go here, I go here and check, and if you play king F8, I do the same thing. So it doesn't matter. It's gonna be the same position. Okay, king here, and then you take this, and if you take, it looks like black's okay, but this attacks the queen. And if the queen moves, this is mate. How do you stop your queen and the mate? Queen e8. That's it. Okay, and then e7 check. You can't play king g8 because your queen's hanging with check. So you have to give your queen away. Then you have to give your rook away. So Magnus would have won immediately if he had done that. But instead, he played queen takes, so he won more slowly, which is funnier. So that was good he did that. Yeah. Yeah, look at him always repeating. I wonder who would teach that. Let me think about it. Always sack the exchange, always repeat. C4 is explosive. I don't know. I wonder where Magnus is getting his chess lessons from. Okay, he repeated 1 million times. People thought maybe it was a 3-time repetition because he got him good. Then he's like, all right, enough Mr. Nice Guy. Right? Okay, now, what scene in what movie was the best when the guy said, all right, no more Mr. Nice Guy? Man, when he said no more Mr. Nice Guy, then he wasn't kidding. He ended up being killed, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, who is Karen?
Yeah, I don't know the movie.
Go, Spencer. Come on, Spencer. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Drives like a steakhouse and handles like a bistro. That's a really good Futurama reference.
Hey, what day are we on? Hey, Spencer, do you want to go eat with us?
Yeah, we're going to have dinner later, Spencer. Come eat with us at Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, soonish.
Man, you guys are all the worst. I hate everybody in the chat because they don't know the answer to my, esoteric questions. Okay, I'm going to tell you the scene. Then it's going to scroll like, oh my God, that was great. Ready? Okay. True Romance, when James Gandolfini is fighting the lead woman, she's one of the sisters. There's like 2 famous sisters. In the hotel room, and they're fighting, and then he goes, okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy, already not being nice. And then she says, like, oh no. Then they really fight. And then at the end, she gets the better of him because she sets him on fire and shoots him and hits him in the head with a lamp. But then when she does that, then Christian Slater breaks in with a gun, but she's already killed him. So. And then the director's cut is worse. There's a director's cut of that movie where he gets beaten up even worse. Yeah. Oh my God, that was great. He might be kidding because I said, but yeah. Yeah, they're just kidding, but it was. I mean, that was great. Yeah. I mean, you guys are kidding because you haven't seen the movie, but if you have, you wouldn't be kidding. You'd be like, wait, that was great. He was right. Have you guys seen the scene I'm talking about? There's a director's cut of that scene. It's a really violent scene.
Yeah.
Right. So what happens is they stole his cocaine, and he's the henchman. James Gandolfini, not famous yet. James Gandolfini. And when she goes back to the hotel, he's sitting there waiting for her, and he has like a monster shotgun, and she's like dressed like really nice, like a pretty woman, and she closes the door, and she says, oh, hello, how are you doing? She's pretending like, and then she says, oh, my husband will be back in a second. He was at football practice. He's a football player. And then James Gandolfini goes, where is he and where's our Coke? And then the Coke's under the bed. And he says, snow at the end of the rainbow. Because this is the end of his, yeah. And then it's like time to kill her. And man, he does a good job until she gets the jump on him. He gave her a chance. He even said, I'm giving you a chance. Okay. Instead of killing her, she had a corkscrew. And he's like, all right. And he like takes his shirt off. And then she does this and hits him in his foot. It goes through his foot. Then he gets really mad. Yeah. Then it's really violent after that. Yeah. True Romance. Yeah. I think they say a swear in it. That you got the right clip. Who is James Gandolfini? Should I ban him?
No. Hey, is that Maruka?
It's got to be.
Is that the Maruka that I know? If it is, hey, the band should be up.
If you haven't seen True Romance,
come back.
You have to see True Romance. Like, I'm not even kidding. Have you seen True Romance?
No.
That's the maddest I've ever been. True Romance has every actor in it. You can't name an actor that wasn't in that movie. You can't. Yeah. You can try. Yeah. How come you guys don't know how good True Romance is something wrong with you guys? Did you get dropped on your head as a kid?
I mean, I'm busy.
God. Terrible. Yeah, Tarantino acknowledges everything he does is from other movies. Yeah, of course. Yeah. It probably was before you were born. Go look up True Romance on the internet and look at the cast and then be like, what? How can the cast have every great actor who ever lived? And then you're like, wow. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Gary Oldman, Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken, Samuel L. Jackson, James Gandolfini, Christian Slater, Brad Pitt, Val Kilmer. These are the bad actors. I'm getting to the good ones, right? Balky, the guy who played Balky.
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport. I mean, most people incorrectly think Brad Pitt is just cute. Brad Pitt playing Floyd, who's going to play Floyd better than that? Nobody, that's who. All he does is lay on the couch and smoke bowls. That's all he does. He does nothing else. And he's like, hey, you guys, yeah, he's great. Yeah. Half the cast is dead? Yeah. Yeah, awesome movie. Val Kilmer plays Elvis, confusing the audience. Now, one thing you didn't know is Jack Black was in that movie and his scene was cut. It was his first movie. He was supposed to be the ticket taker when the guy saw the triple feature of the 3 martial arts movies. But they cut his scene, so he wasn't in it. Who played Alabama Whirly? All right, for $1 trillion. Mm-hmm. What does Alabama Whirly taste like?
I don't know.
It's $1 trillion, you can guess.
What is Alabama
She's a
Whirly?
person.
Oh.
What does she taste like?
Strawberries.
Ooh, that's really good. It's not right, but you're very close. That was good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure they know what, they don't know in the chat? What's going on here? How do you guys not know in the chat? There's 1,700 of you. Yeah, Patricia Arquette's the actress. Mm-hmm. I can't believe you guys don't know. I've never been so mad. I mean, even peaches is sort of wrong. She tastes like a peach. Mm. So anyway, he tells his dad she tastes like a peach. Then later, she kisses his dad before they go away, and they leave, and he goes, "Man, she does taste like a peach." Dennis Hopper. Yeah, the scene with Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken. I can't quote any of it because we'll be banned from Twitch. But watch that scene. Sometimes when I'm hanging out with Aviv, we just turn that on YouTube. That scene because it's the greatest scene ever. And some of it was ad-libbed. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, you guys are all terrible. Yeah. It's not your eggplant. You're an eggplant. Yeah. We're married 4 years and about 7 months. Something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was terrible before you guys were born. Yeah, now tell me, am I lying? Yeah. That's the end of Dennis Hopper. Mm. Yeah. All right. Queen F6 trading queens. All right. Now you have to realize something. You guys are like, Magnus is the world champion. Magnus is always winning. Magnus is always squeezing his opponent. That's all true. But in this game, Magnus sacked all of his pieces. Magnus is down a rook and the exchange. The last time 2 super-ish GMs were playing where somebody was down the rook in an exchange was the game Yasser Seirawan, Judith Polgar, Ningbo 2011 World Team Championship. And Judith didn't sacrifice a rook in an exchange. She was just down a rook in an exchange. She just was down a lot of material. That's a material imbalance you don't see in Grandmaster play because the Grandmaster has already resigned before that happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Okay, so he tries to trade queens. And Magnus is like, that's fine. Okay. Now when he trades queens, now his rook is more trapped. Now you see these 3 pawns, right? And they're in the fountain blue.
The fountain blue?
Yeah. The 3 pawns. All right, the coins.
All right.
Terrible. Okay, so you see you see what's happening here? Do you see how these can't move?
Yes.
So he's down in exchange now, so that's good. But he can't move. Okay, the engine says this is the best move. That's when you know the truth hurts. Okay, and he played it. He was Grandmaster, right? Okay, bishop e6. It's funny because black can't move. It's 2 games in a row where he can't move. By the way, this rook has made a lot of moves, and it'll make the same number of moves later. Okay, so he tries to get his rook out. And what's wrong with trying?
That's the first step.
2.
Failure.
Yep. Magnus ignores it. And he says, oh, you want to play rook h5? Ish don't think so. This was recommended by the German team. You like the way he tried to get his rook out, and then Magnus played here? Man, mean. I mean, he can't move. I've never been so angry. Yeah, Magnus moving on up to the queen's side. I've never seen 2 games look so similar with the same opponents. Now, Karen will give you a shocking news here. You want to hear shocking news? You're going to give it to them. The engine evaluation is not plus anything. What's the engine evaluation?
It's hard to say. Mate in...
It's mate.
12.
Now, does it look like there's a mate here? No, it's black can't move. So it knows that white's going to go here, 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 and it already sees the mate because black can't move. I never saw Fedoseev can't move, and it's twice in a row. It can't move. If you put it in H, and I take with the pawn, your rook still can't get out. So that doesn't really help. You like that plan?
He can't move.
But
we're going to take all the he can't move. We'll make like a rap sound.
But look at this. Look at this plan, right? Nigel would be proud. Wrong side of the board. Yeah, I never saw like the guy's 2,700, and 5 days ago, Fedoseev hadn't lost a game in this tournament. Then he ran into Karjakin, and then he ran into Fedoseev himself. Then he ran into Carlsen. Now you know who ran into Carlsen and Karjakin and lived to tell? Foghorn Leghorn's favorite player.
Duda?
Yeah. He beat them both. Duda. Yeah, Fedoseev did not beat them both. It's funny, Fedoseev didn't lose a game. Then he played Karjakin and Carlsen, and he lost 3 out of 4 with a draw. Competition's getting a little better. Mm-hmm. Then you gotta watch it. And by the way, this happened to me my whole life. I'm in Michigan, because that's where I was brought up. I beat everybody every game, right? So now they mistakenly think I'm good. Then I go to the World Open or whatever, some big tournament. And when I come back, they're like, how did you do? And I'm like, I got 6 out of 9. And they're like, what? Why didn't you get 9 out of 9? You always beat all of us. And this isn't just me. This is anybody. Anybody who's good where they live, when they leave and they're not good, the people at home don't understand why they're not good anymore. Like when I moved to Belgium, the best player was Luc Winans. He was the best player in Belgium for like 10 years. However, if Luc went to a Grandmaster tournament in another country, he's random. So he's getting 4.5 out of 9. And when he's in Belgium, he's getting 9 out of 9 because everybody's terrible. So the people at home are confused. Like, wait, why didn't you win every game like you do here? Well, And this happens in academia, right? Holden's the greatest genius who ever lived, but when he goes to MIT, then he's probably slightly above average, maybe. Slightly?
Yeah, I think that's probably
slightly, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then if he goes to get a math PhD at Stanford, he's probably average, maybe. Now, Matt Larson, who I've been espousing as a genius for like the last 12 years, he got his bachelor's at Yale at math. Now he's at Stanford getting a PhD, and his advisor is world famous. His name's June, like the month, and then Ha, like John Mellencamp, H-U-H. He's a very famous math professor. That's his advisor. His advisor is going to Princeton to chill, like residing scholar. So Matt's following him. So Matt is still a student at Stanford, but he'll be at Princeton. Now, in a rich tapestry, John Urschel, who you know from chess and math and football, he today defended his PhD at MIT. And then in 3 weeks, he's going to Princeton, probably for a postdoc for a year. And then he's going back to MIT to be a professor. That's already happening. And so he's going to play chess with Matt Larson. I hooked them up. Me and John Urschel like, that, son. Yeah. Anyway, those are some smart motherfuckers. I mean, the guy is grandmaster strength at football and at math. That's it. He's the only one. There's the one guy. Now, you've heard of the Heisman Trophy. You have. Maybe Karen hasn't. Probably you have.
Heard of it?
She had to because she's from Alabama. Otherwise, it's embarrassing.
And Herschel Walker.
Yeah, I mean, you're from Alabama. So
that's what I'm saying.
You had to have heard of that.
Some things.
He didn't win the Heisman Trophy. He won the academic Heisman, which exists. It's the best student who plays college football. And it was him, John Urschel. And he played for Penn State, which obviously is a good team. And he was all Big Ten twice. He got drafted in the 5th round by the Ravens, and he played his whole career there. And when he was 26, he was also getting a PhD at MIT. And MIT said you can't have a full-time job and get a PhD. So he retired from football, and now he only got the $2 million contract. Terrible. Played 4 years in the NFL, and he's like, all right, time to get a math PhD, bitches. Now you won't have the brain damage. Agdestein was a grandmaster in football and chess. That is correct. Yeah. And so forth. Yeah. No, but you say you choose the money? Let's talk to Karen. How's a math professor at MIT doing? They're getting paid.
Well,
they have a lot of tuition, so they better give it to some of the professors.
I would say in general, academics do not make a lot of money.
However,
probably at the top.
Yeah, and also he could have played football, 3 or 4 more years? He could be a math professor at MIT for 20 years. Might make more money this way. No. And his brain won't get hurt. No, and also when you retire from the NFL, they give you money. Yeah. You still has money.
He'll have his brain, but less money.
That's right. If you choose the money, you can't name the months of the year by the time you're 45. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bruce Pandolfini and James Gandolfini, terrible. Mm-hmm. Professors don't make any money. Incorrect. If a professor has tenure at one of the top universities in the world, I disagree. But yeah, typically you'd be right. Like adjunct and associate, you might as well, I don't make fun of a profession, but whatever profession you want to make fun of. Yeah. Average salary MIT is $180K. Yeah, but if he can be a professor for 20, 30 years or play football for 3 more years, that's still close.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good for a professor. Mm-hmm. $180K, that's pretty good.
My college professors quit to flip burgers at McDonald's and make more money. I've never heard such lies on my stream. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good money.
I unbanned everybody. Yeah, that's right. Simon Agdestein, he was probably the best football player in Norway, probably. Mm-hmm. And he was definitely the best chess player in Norway. Mm-hmm. And he had to quit because of his he got all kinds of injuries. And then he was the first coach for Magnus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Agdestein and Magnus are like that, son. Now, this is a funny story. I went to Groningen in 1990. We'll just say it was 1990. I went 4 years in a row, so I don't know what year it was. And I had my friend come from Michigan to be my second, to help me prepare for my games, because I had the Stanford Fellowship. Anyway, so I guess it was 92. So anyway, Agdestein was there, and my friend happened to be a medical doctor. He was like a FIDE master also. And we sat at dinner and talked to Agdestein, and he explained to my friend what his injury was, because my friend understood what was going on. He would talk about I don't know what he's talking about, but my friend knew what he was talking about. They were talking about what to do about it, and what to do was better play some more chess. Because, when your leg's messed up, it's no good. A great dancer? What? No, Duda match is next. La da 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 dee da da. Duda. Duda. What happens? Play against each other. Then they play against each other. By the way, if I may I?
Sure.
John Burke, Grandmaster, and Benjamin Gladura, Grandmaster, they stayed with each other as roommates in the World Open, and I played Gladura and I lost. And then at the U.S. Open, which I just came back from us playing in the senior tournament, my next door neighbors were Gladura and John Burke. They were in the room next to mine. And after I left, which was 2 days ago, yesterday in round 5 of the U.S. Open, they got paired. Now they're about the same rating, Gladura and Burke, and they're staying together, and they stayed together at the World Open, and they played all the way to king versus king. So they drew, but it wasn't a quick draw. They played like a 5-hour draw where they're both trying to win. That's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah. Yeah. I taught 2 semesters at Georgia and Ohio State, and my professor made north of $250K. God damn.
That seems hard to believe.
That's correct. No lying on my stream. This person said saturation looks good today. We did work on the saturation.
We did. We took it down a little.
Maybe he's kidding.
Maybe it's bad. We thought it was too just too much. Half kidding.
If Herschel Walker married John Urschel and Herschel took Urschel's name, he'd be Herschel Urschel.
And I saw that.
The true story. Yeah. And then Urschel would be Liquor. If he took his name, he'd be Johnny Walker.
Yeah. You know what? The color of this wall here was not intended to be like Hikaru's wall, his old wall.
This reminds me a little bit of the color we have in our entrance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until I was at home yesterday. I was like, wait, this looks like here.
So yeah, that was, he has more of an orange, but I guess it is similar. That was not the intent. Ben does not need to copy Hikaru.
Mm-hmm. This guy says some professors get 300 plus in the right if they're the right kind of professor.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
no, it's sort of like doctors. Some doctors make $90,000 a year, and orthopedic surgeons do not. Orthopedic surgeon, kick your ass. I'll tell you a story. Should I say his name or not? It's a good thing. I mean, he said it, he said it in public, so I'm going to tell you. Mm-hmm. There's a FIDE master named Tonsil Turgut, and his son Aiden Turgut is like a young genius. He's like 16 and he's 15 and he's 24, 50. Okay. And Tonsil Turgut is a top postal player and he's a computer expert as far as the engines are concerned. He knows a lot about it. And he's a heart surgeon, right? I don't know if he's a heart surgeon, but he works in the heart as a doctor. I think he's a heart surgeon. But anyway, we were at the World's Youth and we were guessing how much money Hikaru made. And this was years ago. And we agreed it was about $400,000 a year. Okay, obviously it's much more now. And he's like, what are you talking about? Because we're all hanging out. And we said, we're guessing, Hikaru makes a lot of money from chess. Because, some people don't. And he's like, well, what do you think he makes? And we were like, 400,000. He said, I make more than that. And the way he said it meant he made a lot more than that. And he's his heart surgeon, so. Orthopedic surgeons, I think, get the most. Yeah, tonsil, but you spelled tonsil really wrong. You made 7 mistakes. Yeah, 400,000 to start if you're an orthopedic surgeon. Our orthopedic surgeons are the richest. See, I know a little of everything. Yeah, 900,000 a year. Damn. Yeah. Good. Right. Plastic surgeons probably make more if they're in the right place. Like if they're in LA. Probably not if they're in a random place. Yeah. Bobo Del Ben. Ooh, look at that. Del Ben.
I didn't know that somebody said TSM pays a lot of money.
Well, yeah.
I kind of wondered
Yeah.
what those different esports teams would pay.
They pay it all in taxes. That was the problem, and that's why Dimensional Fund Advisors moved from California to Texas, was for the tax issue. They couldn't get people to move to California who were good because the housing market's insane and the taxes are insane. So I think they're in Austin, their headquarters. That's where Rex was going after he retired to go to board meetings still. Yeah. Why would you retire and go to board meetings? Why wouldn't you retire? Are you kidding me? Does Rex need more money?
There's nothing to do.
I don't know about that. He's got some stuff to do. Yeah.
TSM doesn't pay directly. They get you sponsors, bookings, and boosters from. Yeah, I wondered trying to learn. Mm-hmm. Somebody else was asserting that they do pay.
Mm-hmm. No, but I mean, Rex doesn't need money, so I would not work as much. Maybe he enjoys that. I guess, because you just do what you enjoy. Why would you do stuff that you don't like? Mm-hmm. He doesn't need any money. No money is needed. Yeah.
I see. TSM is like
he literally doesn't care if he gets more money. Yeah.
Oh, they do pay if you're on one of the teams.
Keep an eye on the company, I guess. I don't know. No, he doesn't care about making money anymore. He cares about spending it. The more he spends, the more he saves. Yeah, he spends more money in a year than the rest of the U.S. has seen since the U.S. existed.
Oh, he does get a salary. Okay.
Who does?
They're saying Hikaru does get a salary from TSM.
Oh.
Some people are saying
TSM because they know. All right.
Well, they're saying he said it.
Now, unfortunately, people complained about Karjakin not trying to win with white, but I actually understand. Karjakin said I was totally out of energy the last match. And you guys don't know because you guys haven't played in a tournament that lasts a month where everybody you play is 2,700. But if you do, you're going to be tired at the end. I mean, I'm tired back me up. You're exhausted during tournaments.
Yeah.
Imagine if your tournament lasted a month, the World Open, and everybody was 2,700.
It's real tiring.
It's the worst thing that's ever happened to anybody.
You're lower level like me, I play a 5-hour game.
A typical person doesn't think. They sit there and they go, duh, and then they type nonsense in the chat. If you're 2,700 or even Karen, you're thinking nonstop, and the things that you think don't happen. Karen's like, what if he goes here? Ah, God. And then she's like, okay, that's okay. You do that every day, every game, and your opponent's one of the best players in the world, you get tired. And so the players are obviously exhausted, but Duda didn't play like he was exhausted. Fedoseev did. Carlsen and Duda played like they were fresh, like time to play chess. And kudos to Carlsen. He lost to Duda, and he's playing for third, so he literally doesn't care. And he played like his best chess ever. Ridiculous.
Hey, Catface. How's it going?
If you make $100,000 a year, earning more money doesn't make you happier. Should I ban him?
No.
But deserves to be banned.
No.
But that's the most wrong thing that's ever been written anywhere by anybody ever.
I'm not sure exactly what they're meaning because it's kind of an arbitrary figure.
I've never been so mad. If you made that number like $1 billion, then you're right. But 100,000? Are you kidding me? Yeah, nobody who makes less than $1 billion doesn't want to make more money. They all do. Yeah. Mo money. Right. I easily spend more than $100K a year. A lot of people do. Yeah. America. Okay. Don't blink because this game's over.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so they played all theory. Okay, this is your favorite opening. A Queen's Gambit accepted. And they played the Vienna variation. Okay, and after Bishop takes, Duda played the scary variation, which is favored by Georg Meyer. Knight takes e4. So white sacrifices a pawn, but black is playing like Fedoseev. You see what I'm, Okay, and then you just go back. You don't take the second pawn because you can't. Got it. Okay, and I've always thought, and obviously I'm not anywhere near this level. I always thought I'm not having black here. Black's losing 2 tempi to get a bad position because he's up a pawn. That's the way I feel about the position. However, my feelings don't matter, right? If I feel the vaccine is bad, it doesn't matter. The vaccine's either good or bad. It doesn't matter how I feel about it. I didn't make the vaccine. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm a guy like screaming about chess, and I'm not even good at that. So if I say, oh, the vaccine, you should take that or you shouldn't, that doesn't matter what I say. So it doesn't matter what I say about this position because Duda has done 1 million hours of prep with an engine and knows everything. And the engine says it's equal. So he literally doesn't care if people think that white has a good position here because he can play every move instantly and he knows the engine evaluation. And I don't, but if I didn't have an engine and my opponents didn't have an engine and we never saw this position, I'm taking white all day. I don't like black here. Okay, he checked and it wins a bishop, so Duda resigned. Can you believe that? Okay, knight c6.
Yeah, I was looking at that already.
Yeah. This is all his prep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, are you ready for this move? Are you sitting down? Mm-hmm. Okay, this move you would never think of. And when I tell you, you're going to think like I'm making it up, like he didn't play it.
What, black?
Yeah, black played a move here, and you're going to be like, what? It's just prep. It's theory. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually the best move. It makes sense. You ready?
Yeah.
Here, that's what you would play, right?
No.
Right. Now, it's very easy to understand that move. Very easy. When white takes this, the bishop is hanging. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so after here, the bishop is not hanging. See? Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. So now this doesn't win a piece. Now, also, there are positions, not this one, where like takes, check, and you're attacking the rook and the king. This would save it, but now you don't attack the rook and the king. If he ever does take this, which seems like white should do that, because then black's all messed up, then black's rook is much better here than here. Boo. Okay, that's just prep. It's not like he figured out the board. Okay, knight takes, pawn takes, rook d1, because this pawn was attacked. Bishop d7. Now he could take this pawn, but that undoubles my pawns. It loses a tempo. The queen's moving every move. So he just defended his pawn. Yeah, and this is just prep. And then the game ended because it's a perpetual on the queen. So probably both players already knew all of this. And it was a non-game. And you're like, why doesn't Karjakin try to win with white? And he's like, I'm tired. I want to go home. Right? He's already made the candidates. Now, for the gawking rabble, the only thing that matters to them, the people watching the stream and watching on YouTube, is how much money they make. They're like, Karjakin makes $120,000 if he wins the match. He only makes $80,000 if he loses. And nothing matters more to the people than like $100,000. According to that guy, that's fine. The whole year is over, right? Mm-hmm. But that's not a lot of money for Karjakin. Karjakin wanted to get into the candidates, and Karjakin wanted to gain rating points, and Karjakin wanted to play 2700s and see how good he can play. 80,000, $120,000 doesn't matter to him. And when the tournament ended, he got geary good. And they don't know this. So this is gold. Gold, Jerry, gold. When Geary got knocked out of the World Cup, he tweeted, I'm taking my 0.6 rating points and going home. He gained 0.6 rating points. After this match, which Karjakin lost, he had a sense of humor. He tweeted, I'm taking my 1.2 rating points and going home. Just making fun of Geary. Because he also got 80 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, he didn't even try that game. They just drew in like 20 minutes. Which is weird because, that's why people don't want to. Now, they can't agree to a draw, but they manufacture a draw. So,
I mean, do you think they both knew that's what was going to happen?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm sure Duda was happy because now, yeah. Yesterday, here at the chess center, like at night, when this game had been over for like 9 hours, some guy said, who's the favorite of this match? And I said, well, Duda's the favorite because he gets white next game. I said, Duda's playing better in the tournament than Karjakin, but he's white, so he's his favorite. All right. And then today he played a grand masterpiece. And I won't make my usual joke because Karen's right here, so I got to watch it. Okay. Yeah, Karen's next to the microphone and I'm not, but I speak slightly louder than her.
Wait,
slightly.
what are they saying?
They said speak louder.
Oh.
She's next to the microphone and I'm like an hour away from it, but that's why we put it over there.
Yeah, you're allowed to agree to a draw in the club.
You're allowed to agree to a draw anywhere.
It's a U.S. chess rule.
In this tournament, you have to play 30 moves before you can agree to a draw, but you can have a repetition draw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Money does buy happiness if you know where to shop. That's correct. I think the most famous saying refuting money doesn't buy happiness, when people say that, is money doesn't buy happiness, but you can choose your misery. Yeah. Yeah. Try harder, Homer. Yeah.
Do you like Coca-Cola? I do.
I haven't had soda since before you guys were born.
Try not to drink it, but I do like it.
Yeah. Not only does she like Coke, she can rank what kind of Coke she likes. On a bottle, in a plastic bottle, a glass bottle, plastic bottle, can, and fountain. She already knows, like, she already got them ranked.
That is the ranking.
Yeah, and, like, I just randomly said them too. And she does not like, pause for effect, Mexican Coke. She hates that. Terrible. She's like, what do they do that for? And a lot of people I know like it better.
That's not even true.
Like it better.
I like it. I'm just saying I prefer the other better.
And you know what she really loves?
I don't.
Pepsi.
I was about to say I don't like Pepsi. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah,
I hate Pepsi.
obviously, yeah. She doesn't like the fountain Coke because 50-50 the carbonation's off, right? It's not right. It's too dark or it's not right. They didn't do it right. You don't like Mexican beer. Mexican beer is great. Boo. Vanilla Coke.
Hey, I'm so hungry.
But you're never hungry. Like, even when she's hungry, she's not hungry.
No,
she takes a bite and she's not hungry anymore.
Today I got hungry.
Here's what's going to happen at Cheesecake Factory.
I didn't eat all day.
Here's what's going to happen.
Yes.
You'll be like, oh, rawr, I'm hungry. Then you're going to order food. Then they're going to bring the bread.
And they're going to fill up.
And then you're going to eat bread and be like, I'm not hungry. Before the food comes.
I've done that my whole life.
Yeah. I know Karen.
That's what's going to happen.
No, we're going to Cheesecake Factory. Is Spencer going? Did he answer?
I never saw if he answered.
Let's see here.
Maybe he didn't even hear me.
Didn't hear you. Maybe. What's Spencer's name? Spencer. Coming to Cheesecake Factory with us. That.
Yeah, I'm just hungry.
I was at Cheesecake Factory once. The
I
waitress
can't
dropped
move.
her hot tea on a customer, and they had to call 911. I thought you were going to say that she caused 9/11. Well, competition's great. There's bad players, there's good players, etc. See, that is funny. The Cheesecake Factory mine takes longer to get through than a Dvoretsky book. That is funny. Yeah. Will you ever find love? Probably. They do not have vegan cheesecake. You can't go. No. You can never go? Like, what if we go when you want to go? Can you go then?
I'm hungry.
She's not hungry. Colombian Coke. That's the best Coke. All right. So here's the game that was played today. Today. So you got to talk to like whoever works for us and get this shit up. This is played today.
Okay.
You got to make 5 videos. This one and then each individual. Actually, I don't know if you should make a video about this game. Probably not. It's ridiculous.
Let me make sure
Yeah, okay.
our editor is working.
So this was played before by Duda and by Karjakin. In this tournament, they got this position. Okay, so yeah. Like they both had this position in the tournament already. Now, somebody geniusly that can't be a word, right? Pointed out that this, are you ready? Are you sitting down? I'm going to prove it too. This is a C3 Sicilian in reverse, this position. And I was like, oh yeah, it is. I never would have thought of that, but it is. It's a line that I play with black. Although I put my bishop here, this is popular too, and I put my queen here. Okay, so you watching? Mm-hmm. Okay, so C3 Sicilian. All right, now in this position, black can play with bishop G4 or without bishop G4, okay? And most people play E6, but I play bishop G4, the Icelandic variation. That's your favorite, right? Okay, here, castles, here, H3, here, bishop E3, takes. I play this, okay? But we can imagine, let's play this, just, I don't know why. And then here, and then here. This is their position. So basically, black is playing the C3 Sicilian down a tempo. Black has this position down a tempo. So here it's white's move. But in the game, the Karjakin game, it's black's move. So already go here. And that makes sense to me. That seems reasonable. It's a total transposition from another opening. It's weird, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's strange. Okay. Okay, so queen b6. And this has happened before in the tournament. This move, bishop f6, is a novelty. It's a prepared novelty. It's never been played, probably. The engine just gives it and says that's the best move. So I'm sure he engined this position because he had it before. And he just took a pawn. Now, for reasons I'll never understand, a lot of times during the game on Twitter, chess.com or chess24 or FIDE or something shows a position and says something about it. Usually when they say something about it, it's not right. Here they said, Duda has won a pawn. Will that be enough to win the game? Duda's won a pawn until black played there. Like, he took a pawn and then Karjakin took it back. What? Mm-hmm. Good analysis by whoever tweeted that. I think it was chess24, but it might have been FIDE chess. It wasn't chess.com. But I'm like, what? He didn't win a pawn. He took a pawn here and they lost that one. Okay. Now, king e2 is a weird move. It may or may not be better than castles. But that's not what I want to talk about. Most people incorrectly think that black has a queenside majority, which they do, and white has the kingside majority, so black's better because in the endgame black can get a passed pawn, and that on the king side you're not getting a passed pawn because your kings are there. It's actually wrong. Nobody's getting a passed pawn because black's pawns haven't moved yet. If black's pawns were on like a5 and b4, all right. So what's more important is king safety. To you, the kings are equally safe, which is wrong because chess is too hard for everybody. Well, not these guys. White's better because white has an e-pawn. White's king is safer. White's king is so much safer than black's. He can play king e2 and his king is still safe. And the reason he did that was he thought in the next 5 or 10 moves they would trade queens. Doesn't want his king on g1. Now, obviously, if your king is on e2 in the middle game, you can get your ass kicked. What's black going to do about it? So white doesn't stand on ceremony. White thinks king e2 is the best move. He doesn't say, well, my king will get mated on e2. It won't. Black has nothing to attack it with. Nothing. Black can never attack white's king. So he thought, I'll move my rook out wherever I move it. And if we trade queens, why would I want my king here when it could be here? He's right. That's why he played king e2. It's a very bold decision because it's weird. You're like, I'm not playing king e2. What's wrong with me? But he's like, yeah, whatever. Okay, bishop f6, always retreat. Doubled up on the bubble up. Yeah, and this is just better for white because white can attack black's king. White dominates the d file. White can threaten to mess up black's pawns. And black can't do anything. Black just chills. It should be a draw like if two supercomputers are playing, but white's better. Unfortunately, for Karjakin, Duda was on fire. Now, when you see this pawn structure, this is actually instructive. I apologize. This is like serious now, right? Don't forget what I'm going to say now. when you see this pawn structure, when you have these opposite bishops, which is 50-50, okay, much better for white. Because you got this action going on, and this has nothing going on. If this bishop was here, then who cares? But this bishop here, you're going to see who cares. It's going to be black cares. Like, damn it. If black had this pawn here, black's fine. But because there's a white squared bishop, and there's no e-pawn, and there's no white square bishop for black, black is in trouble. And so here, always retreat. Because that's going to be really annoying. That's not good. And this bishop can't do anything. Nothing. That bishop, it's just sitting there. It can never attack anything, and I can kick it away, which you did. Terrible. Now I can trade queens, and my king on e2 is fine. And this is forever. Rook's coming to d7. And what's black doing? Nothing, that's what. And for further information on everything I just said, look at the famous game. It's famous for Karen, not for you guys. Carlsen Feingold. In the opening, Carlsen played king d1. Danny Wrench had a heart attack and said Magnus is losing. He fell into an opening trap because, chess isn't really Danny's game. Danny makes jokes. Okay. And then as the game went on, we traded queens. My king was in trouble. His wasn't. And then I lost. Otherwise, I would have won for sure, but, tough. Rat King Ravi 2 subscribed. Good. Yeah. Fide's stream was a train wreck, obviously. Also, where's my other train? This is terrible. Okay. He played queen b4, which is not good. He didn't play well this game. Karjakin. Now, white played an amazing move. It's the engine move, but it's amazing. Right? Nobody would play this move but Duda. Maybe Carlsen would. Is he his position? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he played queen b3. That's the best move. You don't want to take the queen. Oh, they do want to trade queens, but you don't want to do it here. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, right? Now black's winning. So I guess queen b3 is sort of obvious because you have to. It's like the only move. Yeah. But it's great. The black can't do anything. Okay, taking queens is wrong. Bishop takes is correct. Yeah, and black can't move here. It's like the Fedoseev. Yeah, rook's coming to d7, and g4, g5's coming. This is like I forgot what his name is. Is it Octopus Man? In Rick and Morty, who's the guy? He just starts killing people, and he has a driver that looks like a monster. What's his name? It's not Octopus Man. No, not this season. No, it's not Crumbopulous Michael, but that was good. Right, it's not Nimbus. It's not from this season. It's from like Interdimensional Cable. They're watching a show. No, not Birdman. No, not Shrimply Pibbles. Shrimply Pibbles isn't killing anybody. Can you bring me a Perry when you get back? Man, you're just naming random characters from the show. It is Octopus Man? It is? Yeah. Yeah, because trouble's a-coming, matey. Yeah. No, he's in Rick and Morty for 20 seconds. So in the 5 seasons of the show, this guy's in it for 20 seconds. He's like a superhero, but he kills people. It's like a knife. Yeah. Was it Octopus Man? Where's Spencer? He's the only one who I can trust. I can't trust anybody else. Yeah. Anyway, the reason I said it was he's in for trouble, matey. And trouble's a-coming. Yeah. All right. Not Scary Terry, but he's a character too. Scary Terry's in it for a minute, not for 20 seconds. Yeah. No, terrible. How could you not have watched every episode? No, I haven't seen that. I try not to watch Elon Musk. My IQ is already low enough. Ta-da. Elon Musk is like a better version of Trump. He's an idiot, super rich, not as dumb. he made money instead of being given to him by, whatever. I'm going to tell your guy. I'm going to tell one of your boyfriends. Hey, you better watch it. Yeah, Perry. If you saw what Karen was doing, Karen must think it's Halloween.
Well, yeah, the old guys.
There's a song by Duran Duran, but Karen misheard the title. What song was that?
I don't know.
It was Hungry Like the Wife.
No.
I'm on the hunt. It's Octopus Man?
Oh,
Yeah. He stabs random people, right. Yeah.
I'm eating the senior club snacks.
Who is this lady? Well, you're a senior. Yeah.
I am. I'm entitled to eat them.
There's only one good thing about Elon Musk. One. He was on Rick and Morty, and his character's name was Elon Tusk. He had oh yeah. Okay. All right. Elon Tusk. All right. Now, Karen's not allowed to look at the next move, because if Karen played this move, I would be mad at her, because this is the kind of move Karen makes. However, Karjakin played it, and the engine says it's the best move. So Karen shouldn't look at this. This will reinforce her passivity.
Let me see.
So White wants to go here,
Mm-hmm.
and then White's winning. He got everything. But he stopped it. He made this not possible.
C7.
No, I can still go there. I got 2 rooks, 1 for each of you. Defend it with something else. Probably not the dark squared bishop, because it's a white square.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most passive move in the history of chess.
I mean, knight b8.
That's what he played.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want to allow that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The engine says knight b8's right.
Okay.
Yeah, Karjakin's the Minister of Defense. Okay, now again, this pawn majority is irrelevant. It's not, Okay, now White's like, this is great, this is great, this is great, this is great. These are all in the back rank. Let's push him around a little bit. G4. After I go here, you have to retreat again. Now, the bishop's on this diagonal. And the only thing it's good for is it stops knight e5. Okay. Also, it's good at scaring children away. You know why? It's a bishop. Okay. Now, if my knight goes here, then come on, you kidding me? Right? I got everything. So you want to keep your bishop on this diagonal. So he put it in H, and then Duda put it in H. And then he's like, I need a square for my bishop. Okay. By the way, the engine thought H5 was a little better, because if black plays G5, it wanted this square for his rook. They're both winning, so it doesn't matter. Now here I was surprised he played here. I was surprised he didn't stay on this diagonal. One of the problems is, for black, bishop e7 stops rook d6, and rook d6 threatens the g-pawn. But I wouldn't play here. I don't like that move. I don't like letting the knight come in here. So the engine says this is the second best move. It's probably going to say it's the best move soon. Okay, I'm not a fan of that move, but the engine says it doesn't matter. Okay. Rook e5 attacking the bishop, because I said so. Knight c6. And now, you remember I say always sack the exchange, and then Magnus always sacked the exchange and won both games? Mm-hmm. And then the best move here is to sack the exchange. Mm-hmm. And it's not easy to find, because it looks like if you don't sack the exchange, you should win, which I agree with. So you can play rook e4. But then White's barely winning. Instead, he always sacked the exchange, because the knight was defending d7, and now it's not. Okay? And if you take that rook, then you will know my name is the Lord. Everything's attacked. I've never seen so many things attacked. And I'm old. Like if I take this, okay, it's a domino effect, right? I'm attacking your rook. So let me give you a variation. That's the engine move. Here, If you don't move your rook, I can take your rook. If you move your rook, then this is hanging. And you might get mated. God damn. Yeah, in fact, this is an engine move, moving the rook. It's like that doesn't exist. This obviously is ridiculous because I could play bishop f7 check and win your rook. But let's go here. Let's see if there's mate. Man, that's annoying, right? Always sack the exchange. If white doesn't mate black, then white's got 2 connected passed pawns. So white's threatening everything. Every move wins for white. If you move this rook anywhere, right, here, 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 it's mate. Okay, so the engine says black resigns. That's the engine move. Here's the engine line. Check. If you take it, you lose your rook. So here. Rook here. It's not mate because you can sack your rook for the bishop. Okay, and then black resigns. Worst position ever. Now, if I was black and it was my move, I would sneak these pieces off the board. Then it's stalemate. And then Nigel would still tell me I lost because he's defeated. Damn. Okay. So he sacked the exchange, and Karjakin said, I don't want that, which the engine agrees with. I don't want that. And he's like, okay. So that knight b8, that didn't help out. The rook still got there. Yeah. And again, it's like Magnus's game. Like, black can't move. Duda's too good. Knight a5. Very bad move. Now, white has a very simple winning tactic here. And I actually don't know if he saw it and thought his move was better or he didn't see it. I don't know. We have to lean towards he saw it but thought his move was better. Because if he didn't see it, that's weird. Like, if neither player saw it, that's strange. Possible, because they're tired. Very simple tactic. Very simple. In Puzzle Rush, this is like one of the easier ones. You take the bishop, and then the knight's hanging.
Right.
Yeah. So you get 2 pieces for a rook, and white's totally winning, like +4, +5. It could be he saw that, and he's like, I like what I'm doing better. It could be. You know, he's like, I'm not giving those pieces away.
He said he didn't see it.
Oh, he said he didn't see it? Okay. Yeah, a lot of times they lie. Like, certain people would say, like, I saw that, but this is better. Then they move their eyes back and forth. Duda's not going to do that. Now, if Duda missed it, I'm guessing the Karjakin missed it. Now, Karjakin's the Minister of Defense, and he plays knight a5, losing immediately. That's not good defense. And probably when you're Duda, you don't expect Karjakin to make a one-move blunder and resign, because that's not his specialty. If Duda was playing me, he'd be like, oh, knight a5, what does that lose? Feingold's, okay. Yeah. All right, bishop d5. God damn. I mean, what's going on here? Okay. Rook c7, which is also bad. All right. Now, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you sure? This is a tactical blunder also. So this wasn't Karjakin's day. Are you sure you're ready? Bam! First played in what game?
Gotcha.
Versus.
Bitch.
Correct. Okay. Now, this move undefends the knight because I said so, but the rook is hanging. And if you trade rooks, then the bishop defends the knight. However, this move undefends the bishop. So the bishop's defended by the rook, you agree, and it's defending this, overworked. Now, not only do these tactics work for white, at some point, this knight's just hanging. So black, and you just lost this pawn, this, no good. Okay, king g7. Let's see what happens if he takes this, shall we? We take with check. So we've won a pawn, but more importantly, when you get out of check, I'm taking your knight. You don't have any, you got nothing. And for the gawking rabble out there who think rook c2 check wins the knight, because the rook attacks the knight and the rook attacks the king, white can play either rook d2 or knight d2. So it does nothing. So he didn't take, he played here. That's the correct move, right? Now everything is hanging. Chess is hard, right? Yeah. Okay, so he played the simplest way. Trade rooks. Back to d5. And black has a good position except for one thing. Black can't move. So here, black's down a pawn. This pawn's weak. This pawn's weak. You can't move the knight because your b pawn's hanging. Past e pawn. The engine says +3, and Karjakin's like, all right, never mind, I give up. Now, you should never give up for, lower-rated players. Never. But Karjakin and Duda, White's always going to win this because Black can't do anything and Black's down material. And Black's going to lose more material. Now, King E2 looks pretty good. See, he defends the knight. King's perfectly safe. He pushed his pawns here. That would make his king unsafe if his king was there. Yeah. I mean, Duda, I think the engine's going to actually, I think it's going to praise Duda. Yeah. You know how I know that? I mean, I'm lying thinking it's going to praise. I already know it is. You know why?
No.
I talked to Fatboy Slim.
Hey, Chess Bra.
Did you get that yet?
How's it going on? How's it going?
Hey, Chess Bra. Did you get it?
No.
Fatboy Slim?
I mean, I don't know the reference.
Let's see who gets it in the chat first. 3,000. That's a different song.
I'm going to guess it's Eric, but I don't know.
I'm going to praise Duda like I should. Right. Yeah. Gonna praise you like I should. What's their most famous video? And who's in it? And what is he doing?
I don't know.
Weapon of choice.
Trying to eat
Christopher Walken. Right. Yep. And he's dancing in the hotel. He's just dancing. And at some point he starts flying. And they didn't use anything for that. He just actually flew. That's what a great actor he is. As you know, Christopher Walken's a great dancer. As you know. That's not a joke. You know that?
Yeah, I'm smiling because you said, as you know.
You don't know? Or you do?
I don't.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing. If you want to see him dance for real, because, that's a music video, Pennies from Heaven, which the movie's a little suspicious, but Christopher Walken dances a lot in that movie. It's like from the 70s or 80s.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw this away.
That's right. He hides watches somewhere. Right. Christopher dancing, not walking. Repent, Walpurgis. Hooray. More cowbell. Yeah. You're full? You won't ever eat again? Yeah. I didn't see Suicide. Maybe I did see it. I saw What to Do in Denver When You're Dead, which is a masterpiece, and everybody hates that movie. By everybody, I mean reviewers. People like it. How do you not like a movie with Christopher Walken, Steve Buscemi, etc.? Mainly etc. Nice couch behind you. There's no couch behind me. But thanks. Boris Elephant. Oh. Where's Karen? Is she coming back? Never going back. All right, time to see the report. You have to come back. I'm going to guess Duda played... Okay, what does this stupid thing do wrong? I'm going to say it says he played 98.8 and that Karjakin played 95. Those are my guesses. What are you doing? Flossing?
No, I was just cleaning up.
All right, ready? I'm going to guess 98.8, 95.
Okay.
Wow, it says Karjakin played 81. Man. And then 98.1, I was close there. Yeah, he played better than 98.1. He played, man, 81's, even though the system is irrelevant, it means nothing, 81's still bad for Karjakin. What does he mean? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're exhausted. It's amazing they can play well at all. Yeah. Yeah, Mishra's going to play a match with Kasparov and, some joke. 100 centidues. Mishra did better than Kasparov. Mishra, in that tournament where he lost all his games, Mishra got 2.5 out of 15, and Kasparov got 2.5 out of 18. Think about it. Think about it. We're the same, you and me. Think about it. We're the same. What movie?
I don't know.
Oh, we just saw it. Anybody?
I probably fell asleep.
Oh, yeah. You fell asleep like 6 times. Yeah, falling down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Army Navy guy in the story. That,
Oh, yeah.
We're the same. You and me, the way he delivered the line, and the guy's a genius of the highest caliber. He's a great actor. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then what does Michael Douglas say in response? We're not the same. I'm an American. You are a fucked up. I mean, he's like, I don't know what he said to him, but it's really funny. You're like a piece of garbage, you know. Mm-hmm. What kind of vigilante are you? I'm not a vigilante. I'm just going home to see my daughter. 2 dimes 20. Hooray. Subscribe to Tier 1. That's literally every movie. We're the same, you and me. Great movie, that's correct. Yeah, I was going to leave, but I got a train started. Kasparov's playing in St. Louis? No.
But when?
Well, it has to be this month. Unless there's some other event later. Now, what's important is, I actually know why Kasparov didn't do well. He did prepare for the tournament, right? But he had the wrong book. He thought he was going to play the Queen C2 Nimzo when he was white. So he bought a book. He thought it was called The Old Man in the C2. And he's like, I'm an old man. I'm going to play Queen C2. But then when he got it, I mean, he made a whale of a mistake. I like making jokes up as I'm saying them. I like that. That's fun. By the way, very importantly, the World Chess Championship in Dubai, Chess.com's coverage is going to have Fabiano Caruana doing coverage every day. I think they were supposed to have Anand, but they didn't mention that, so I guess Anand decided not to do it, and Fabi did. I don't know. What was the book your colleague wrote on Pillsbury? It was by... I think he used a pen name, too. He's like an 1800 player from Michigan. It was published by Pawn Island Press, which is Fred Lindsay in Ann Arbor. And it was probably like 20 years ago.
You think
Nick Pope is his name, and his pen name is Jacques Pope. I remembered it. So it's written by Jacques Pope, and it's on Pillsbury, and it's published by Pawn Island Press. That's all I can tell you. And it's a great book. Yeah. In fact, that book was so good, it took the cake. Do they get that? Half of them?
Maybe. I mean,
as long as you get it.
Pillsbury check.
Yeah.
Hey, Fabi's boring. I don't know about that.
Yeah, but Fabi's going to have, like, amazing analysis.
Other people, yeah. So there'll be people kind of around him to jazz it up.
Amazing, yeah. Yeah, Fabi's good. Yeah, what Fabi says, it'll be true. Danny says, I don't know, whose turn is it? But Fabi, he'll know whose turn it is. What about Anand? Anand's hanging out with Zoidberg, right? Karen's choking on her own rage because Danny Wrench is doing commentary. Entertainment is Danny Wrench. Analysis is Caruana. That's what you got.
I think it'll be good. I'm going to have to be...
We're still trying to go there, but our passports are expired, and we can't get one, and it costs $1 million a ticket, and, we have kids and jobs. I don't know. Might just have to go to the World Series of Poker. Terrible.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure it all out.
Yeah. I mean, there's a very, 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 very small chance they'll pay my airfare to go there, and I'll do something there. Mm-hmm. It's unlikely. But it's possible because I'm in contact with them, the FIDE people who are in charge of the event. We've emailed back and forth. I just said I want to go there with my wife and hang out. And by the way, if you have any work for me, And they're like, who? Now, the guy said he likes my stream, actually. Connecting to chat, is that good? And the chat's still going.
I guess. Never seen that.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah. Yeah, and it's still going. Yeah, welcome to the chat. Mm-hmm. I blame Twitch, which rhymes with glitch.
Maybe chess.com would even have something.
I'm not going to say what's wrong with Twitch, but it rhymes with bitch. Hey, we need 500 centidues or 2 subs in the next 10 seconds. Otherwise, the train's going to die on level 1. Boo! Boo! You're bad and you should feel bad. Somebody give 2 subs in the next 3 seconds. No! Man, we died at level 1. I hope you guys are all ashamed.
You didn't like Anand and Wrench together?
You see piano in a simul? I don't know, cheat? You see piano's good. God damn.
Yeah, I didn't like them together either, but I'm not really sure why.
Let's see. Should I raid D-Neg's poker? The answer is no.
No.
Yeah. Missed it by a second. Thanks for the 200 centiges. Wasn't enough, but it helped. It makes me holla. You know why?
No.
It's $2. 200 centiges.
Hey, what about
Number 3. Number 3.
Well, I had another idea.
Number 1?
No. Under
Recommended, right?
Number 1.
That's what I said, yeah.
Oh, I thought
No,
you
obviously, well, yeah. I'd rather do 3, but I'll do
three's fine.
I'll do,
I think 3 is
it's your
good.
birthday.
What?
All right, raid.
Not my birthday.
No. Yeah, this morning was my birthday. God damn. All right, thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow, most likely. And don't forget,